For the last 10 years, I've been using this backpack, and it's been awesome, but it hasn't done everything I wanted to do, and I needed an upgrade. So I started seeing ads for a backpack that just jumped out at me, and I had to pick one up. And that is the Veria Islander Savvy. So I picked up this backpack, and you can see it's a bit larger than my old one. And I don't mind that because I've always struggled to not stuff this thing full. So I want to see what this is like, and I get to test it out because I'm going on a 4-day trip to Florida, and it's actually not going to be that nice out. So I'm going to have to pack some pants and some sweatshirts and stuff like that. So it's not like I'm packing for a 4-day tropical vacation. This is going to be a 4-day trip to Florida in the middle of January when there's actually cold weather in Orlando. We're going to try to get all of my gear in here. I've got some camera equipment I'm going to bring with my clothes, some pairs of shoes, all of our toiletries, maybe a tripod. We'll see what we can fit, but I'm excited to use this backpack. It seems like the Swiss Army knife of backpacks. That being said, I'm also not sponsored by them, and I don't actually have even an affiliate program with them. I will link them below, but I'll also link other backpacks that you could check out in lieu of, because with the Islander Savvy, you're spending between like $125 if they're on sale, upwards of a couple hundred, $300. I was able to pick mine up at a deal enough that I felt like I should pick it up. So let's test it out, and I'll give you an honest review on it. No strings attached. So feel free to use any of the links button down below. The ones for this backpack will not be affiliate links, but the ones for my other recommendations will be. All right, let's head up to the bedroom so we can see what we can pack in this guy. Don't get any ideas. We're just going there to pack. All right, let's go. This is what I have that I need to fit in this bag. I've got a bunch of tech stuff over here, computer, a little tripod, my drone, pairs of clothes for 4 days plus a little extra. There's some long pants in there as well as shorts. I've got swimming trunks, extra pair of shoes, some underwear, socks, stuff to sleep in, and then my toiletries over here. I'm going to try to get all this in here. We could quickly go over what the bag consists of with zippers. So on the front, you have, to start with, and I already kind of have it open, but you have 4 clam shells. These two are around the same size. I think they are the exact same size, but this one has a little vent, so I'll probably use that for my toiletries mostly. Maybe some up here, but we'll see. And then the top one's a little bit smaller one. And these are all have like a kind of hard plastic, but it's not like solid hard. It's hard enough. You feel like your stuff's secure, but it's not so hard you can't bend it if you need to flex the bag a little bit. There's also an additional zipper pocket up front, which goes around, and then it has like some thin slots and then a little bit of space in here. You could slide stuff down that goes the full distance of it, and then a couple slots right here. On the bottom, you have your shoe slot. That also has a hole for ventilation, as well as if they were wet or something. You could also use this slot for dirty clothes if you wanted to separate your clothes so that you have dirty separated from your cleans. We'll go to this side first. You have an actual like slot for like, I would say tech. It actually comes with a removable keychain. So you pinch and pull, but that way you could click your keys right in there. Now my keys sit on a carabiner, so it's actually gonna be perfect, which they did include a couple carabiners and an additional like a zipper padlock. I like this little side pocket. I think the test here is going to be what pockets are actually useful and which ones aren't. Also, on each side there are these straps that come around, and that way you can like cinch things down, and it also holds everything together. On the inside, you've got your plug, which comes around to the side where you would actually plug in. I'll plug my guy in here, and then I'll probably just slide it into this pocket. And that'll probably do me good for right now for being able to go ahead and use my charge while I'm at the airport. This is the shoe pocket rolled down, so it has a Velcro that allows you to roll it down. Otherwise, it extends when you have your shoes in there. So it's kind of nice. I just wanted to roll down so you can see. This is the pocket up top that's back here for like thin stuff. And this is the pocket that they had. They had instructions on how to set your lock on the top here, as well as an additional padlock, 2 little carabiners that say Veria on it. Another pocket here, same as this side. Let's go ahead and shut this. On this side, you have your water bottle holder. It unzips so that it elastics out, so you can get a real thick one in here, but it's also very deep. I was thinking I could get like a tripod in there. I could even get like my full-size travel tripod in there, but this guy would fit perfectly for just kind of my quick travels that I do. So if I'm not bringing a water bottle with me, that would be a perfect spot for this. And then we got 2 pockets here. That's the thin one I kind of showed you. And then this is going to be your zipper one that's pretty good size for laptop and that sort of tech. Laptop here, you could do a tablet up here. Lots of options. So I'll probably do I'll just go ahead and pack this in right now. Cord, my laptop. Then I can shove some of my other stuff. We'll see. And then you got this small pocket that they say is for a credit card. And I don't have one I'm willing to show on camera. It's kind of for a credit card. It's a little thin. You can put the credit card in sideways and then wedge it down in here, but it doesn't go in fully this way. So I maybe would have preferred the zipper go down a little more, so that you could like slide it in sideways, like longwise. I don't know. And then there's an additional like important documents pocket here with a real thick pad on the back side of it. All right, let's go ahead and start packing this up and see what we got here. So as you saw, I got my laptop in there, and I'm actually thinking I need to pull out my charger till I'm done packing here because it's taking up some bulk. Actually, let's scoot it up top. Let's scoot it high. All right, so I'm going to slide the shoes in first so we can see how legit this shoe pocket is with being able to still pack everything else people claim they fit in these bags. So I'll go ahead and zip that shut. So already I can tell I'm probably taking up some space inside, like quite a bit. I also like to shove my socks in my shoes, and I might actually do that so that I'm saving some space. All right, so we got shorts. I'll tuck them in the side here. Who freaking knows? I'm not buying it. I'm not buying that people are putting the stuff they're saying they're putting in these. So I'm going to stick these over here, my nighttime stuff. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 shirts. Let's not do that. I'd like to stick my shirts like this so I can get to them. So maybe I'll take this here, stack my shirts up top. Stick this here. And maybe that can go like that. Let's see what this looks like. So it all fits. I actually could probably fit these in and just toss them on top. So that's in. I don't want to undersell it. So that's what it looks like after I've gotten everything packed in it. We got to get my tech stuff in here and my toiletries. So let's go toiletries first. Toothbrushes. Let's go these sideways. Yeah. Throw this in here. Stuff like that. Maybe I'll go here with this. Yeah, that makes sense. So deodorant here. And I have bulky toothbrushes. One of those is my son's. All right, well, that works. All right, so this guy is like that. That's my charger for my phone. And I don't have anything super thin to go in there. So we'll go ahead and do that. That and that. We'll go this camera here. The drone here. We'll do the drone remote way down before we put the drone remote way down there. Maybe my action camera here. This little tripod for the action camera. I keep this little tripod unless I do some underwater stuff because I don't care if it gets ruined. All right, then the drone up here in that zipper. I'll go ahead and toss that in there. Still this pocket. I could slide a couple things in here if I wanted, and there's room in it. My Rubik's Cube. We'll shove it in there at the end. It looks like I got everything. I don't have this stuff in, but I didn't also utilize this pocket at all. So I could throw these in here if I wanted to bring them. And like I said, I think that other pair of pants would actually fit if I wanted them to, but I'm just going to wind up wearing them in the morning, so I don't need them to go in here. Put these guys around like this, and this guy around like this, and our last shoe one here, And then you could go ahead and snug any of these down if you felt like you needed to. Maybe. All right, I don't know. These freaking things. They're not as easy as I would like them to be to snug down. I'd like to be able to just pull on them and snug them down. But you have to do a whole, like, feed it through, then pull it. This shouldn't be this hard to pull these. The point of these should be to hook it and then go and snug it down. But you hook it and you can't, like, these have no point if I can't do this and then pull it tight. So that's useless. They need to fix this. Go, here you go. Because then I have to actually, then it's not, the tension's not pulling it. So that's dumb. This is a dumb design. This is just extra stuff. I'm going to start getting into the negative, guys. It's like these are hanging here if you don't use them, but if you use them, they're somewhat useless other than the fact that they make it a little hard for somebody to fully open your bag. But it makes it hard for you to open your bag too. So if you need to get to your stuff fast, you have to undo all of these, or you have to decide that you're just going to go ahead and deal with them. So not happy with that. I think those are useless, and not only useless, but a hindrance. I mean, you can technically get in it with just doing the top one. All right, I'm not even going to mess with these anymore. I guess I'm just going to leave them slightly loose on it. I wish I could snug them down more, and I wish it was a little bit more intuitive for snugging them down. I put nothing in here. I could have put something in there. Let's see what it looks like on my back with it full like this. All right, there we go. It's full on my back. I'm 5'9". I'm heavy, though. I'm just under 230 losing weight. It has these guys to pull it in front of you. It kind of helps it stay over the pecs so that it's a little bit easier on your shoulders. And then it has one down here, which probably have to loosen. Again, like these should be like a tilt and pull, like most backpacks. My other backpack, if I just barely tilt this part, if I just barely like tilt it this way, I can just kind of pull. And then if I pull on the other end, and then as it folds itself, it kind of cinches it. And that's the most simple way to do these. There we go. I'm in it. All right, let's go take this trip and see how the bag actually works for me. Hopefully it won't be very long for you guys. It's going to be a few days for me. All right, I'm back from my trip, and final thoughts on the Veria Islander Savvy, or backpacks like this. This one specifically did a great job for me. I stick with my guns on, I think the design of these straps on the side is terrible. They should have just done the same, which they actually have it on the backpack. They have the normal backpack style where you just pull and then it's tight. And so just replacing these on here with something like that would make so much more sense, and it would just make it more useful. These are useless. So you have one here, one up top, and on the other side, same bottom and top. And then there's one that goes across the shoe thing. And if you can't just pull and snug it down, then there's no reason for them to even be there. There was the one for the waist around the backpack, but you can remove it, which I definitely did because I wasn't going to need a waist strap. Something I didn't mention in my packing portion of this video was that it does have the strap back here, and I utilized it a lot, as you'll see right here. I utilized it throughout the airport on my wife's bag, and so I was able to stick it on a rolly bag, and then I just handled both of our bags while she helped navigate the kids through the airport. And that came in super handy. I really do appreciate that. I think the build is awesome. The style of these bags are awesome. Again, the only downfall that I saw from this bag was these straps all on it that just don't make sense because you can't cinch them down. I'd never use the pocket for the credit card because, like I said, the credit card doesn't really sit in there right. You can shove it in there, but it's like not convenient where you would want to pull it out. I don't know. There's probably a use for it, but I didn't use it. Otherwise, great build. I think the most significant part of this backpack for me was that I was able to like just pull it open and kind of live out of it. And it felt more natural to live out of than like your standard backpack. So I say, again, I recommend maybe checking out one of the other ones that I shared below. If I didn't look into them and check reviews and stuff like that and see if they were very similar to this style, I didn't list them. So if they're listed down there, I looked into them. Maybe try one of those out. And the beauty about Amazon is that it's free returns pretty fast. So if you get it and don't like it, the returns with Prime are like second to none. If I went back and I saw one that jumped out at me like the style of this one, I probably would have tried it out. But I got a good deal on the Veria Islander Savvy, and I'm happy with it. I would recommend whatever looks like it would make sense for your travels. This is the 36 liter, and I just think it's the perfect size for me and what I need it for. If you got something out of this, hit that like button and subscribe to the channel if you like travel hacks, reviews on travel gear, and checking out what a family of 5 does on our long-term travels. I got a few videos coming out on that. I'm gonna go hit the road and do some more adventuring. All right, guys, later.